Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I finally have another nail art video. It has been months since I was able to make one of these, and that's because I film on my iPad and for some reason it wasn't doing that anymore with the software I was using, so I had to get new software and all that, but it finally works now. I can make videos again. So today's nail set is inspired by the Dragon Balls from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, you know, all the Dragon Ball anime series franchise. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z and it is one of my most favorite nostalgic animes. So I've been wanting to do a Dragon Ball inspired set for a long time, so I finally got the chance. So first things first, I decided that I wanted to make Shenron in some way to be a part of the nails, you know, because you need the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron, and you need Shenron to make your wishes. So what I did was draw out Shenron's face, and this was my very first time doing a sort of like stretched, spanned, you know, a portrait of an anime character over two nails. And if you follow my Instagram, you can find the link down below. I have done quite a few anime portraits now. Not too many, you know, I'm still kind of, you know, slowly trudging along, but this is my very first one over two nails, and I kind of like how it came out. So the video is zooming past us, but I started off with a base coat to, you know, kind of get rid of any little peek through, you know, little holes because sometimes gel paint can be streaky. So I got the base coat and then I drew Shenron's face the best that I could. And let me tell you, I was fighting for my life trying to draw that Shenron. Whew, man, there was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of footage cut because of how much I was struggling to draw a Shenron. So after I finally got him drawn out, I went over with a really light green base coat for where his scales and green scaly skin is going to be. And once that was all base coated, covered out, then I started lining with some black gel paint. And you can see my hair peeking through here. Like I said, I film on my iPad and I am blind. I have to, like, when I'm drawing anything, even doing makeup, I've got to get like super close to the screen. So you'll see my hair peek through in a couple times. So what I decided to do with the rest of the fingernails, since Shenron was going to be on the thumbs, I was like, okay, Dragon Balls. So there's 7 Dragon Balls, and I put those on the other fingers. So I'm just base coating those, getting that color down, getting the Dragon Ball color ready, and just painting. I did everything about 2 to 3 coats, including top coats, just to make sure everything was nice and opaque and smooth. And now we're back to Shenron, and this time I bounced around a lot, and I thought about, you know, putting the footage all in one, like, oh, all Shenron, all Dragon Balls. But I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna let it be the way that I work. And I was starting to get burnt out. This set took me a little while to create, and I was like, you know what, instead of trying to keep pushing to get Shenron done, I'm just gonna start the Dragon Balls. So that's what you saw there. So then I popped back to Shenron, and now I'm finally working and getting his details in, starting to fill in his eyes, gonna start filling in his skin, give him that nice smooth look, and of course curing in between each piece. So doing this portrait was challenging, very challenging for me, but a lot of fun. And it wasn't until I got to the end that I realized that my proportions were still off. His little like horn lumps, if you want to call them, were still too short, and I was like, oh no. But you know, y'all, artists can be their own worst critics, right? So it wasn't until I was done that I was like, oh no, it's too short. So, but you know, that's part of learning. That's a part of the process. You know, this was my very first spanned image. So maybe if he was done on a singular nail, it would have come back a little bit different. But you know, it's learning. I'm learning. I can already see this Shenron compared to my very first anime portrait, which was Inosuke from Demon Slayer, and that picture is on my Instagram. Like, the difference between the two, I'm just like, you know, give myself a little pat on the back because I'm proud. I'm proud of how far I've come. And, you know, what is art without doing the same thing over and over and over again, waiting for yourself to improve. But boy, this nail set took me so long. You know, I struggle with chronic fatigue and, you know, sometimes life and, you know, stuff gets in the way, so I don't get to like sit and knock it out in a singular day. So it took me a little bit over a week to do this set. And when I finally sat down to upload the footage, let me tell you, it was 11 hours of footage. Like, and granted, I'm really bad at like stopping like the camera rolling when I'm not working. So like if I got up to grab a snack or if I got up to, you know, cure the nails or run to the restroom, the camera was still rolling. So I've been sitting here for a couple days going through the footage and being like, okay, where did I record? Where did I stop? Oh my God, why did I let this film for 30 minutes and there was nothing here? Why did I let this film nothing for a 30-minute snack break? So I'll definitely get better at that as well. But I decided to zoom in quite a bit for a majority of the video. As you can see, it's very, very close up. Please don't drag my dry hands and my nails looking a little beat up. But I like to film in the way that I wish others would film, I guess you could say. Granted, I'm not the most experienced at filming nails whatsoever, but sometimes when watching nail videos, I feel like the camera is too far away, and like I mentioned before, my eyesight is just terrible, and I want it to be more zoomed in so I can see the details. But then again, I'm like flipping and turning and spinning the nail just so, you know, because it's art. I'm an artist at doing nails. I'm not a nail tech. So I have to kind of move the canvas to work with me, and I start drifting out of frame. That's just a nature of the beast. I put down little like templates and stuff like that to help keep me in frame. Like sometimes you'll see in future videos, you'll see it in my rengoku video here on the channel, little tiny pencil marks, and that's just kind of like a little mental note to like stay in the lines. But sometimes I get too focused on the nail art, on the art at hand, and my hair gets in frame, and so the nails start moving. But I had a lot of fun creating this. Like I mentioned before, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z the same way I watched Sailor Moon. So Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon are like my two OG animes. They are like my heart and soul of anime for me because those were the first two I saw when I was growing up. And I just, you know, Goku was so cool, and like the fighting, and it was so different than the cartoons you would see like on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. And I was just absolutely like drawn in instantly. So I had actually saw Dragon Ball Z first before I had seen Sailor Moon, because, and this was, I'm an old lady, so this was way before even like Toonami was a thing. Dragon Ball Z used to be on Cartoon Network super late at night, like at midnight, and I'd be up super late like, oh wow, this is so cool. So as you can see, I am now darkening out the background. I've gone over the shading on Shenron's face quite a few times. I actually, every time I cured that green color for his shading on his face, it would lighten a little bit. So I actually had to do like 2 or 3 coats for that. But now I'm just kind of like filling in little open spaces, and like I said before, everything took about like 2 or 3 coats. This background here took about 2 coats. Shenron's face took about 3. His lip took 2. The eyes took 2 before I added in shading. And again, like I said, I was getting burnt out on creating Shenron, so I'd bounce back and forth between working on the Dragon Ball nails and working on Shenron. And I contemplated drawing the stars, but I was like, you know what? I have little red star glitters. I'm going to use glitters to make each Dragon Ball. Now, I don't have every single Dragon Ball here filmed because, like I mentioned, my camera was literally quite sitting on my forehead. So my hair would get like in the way of the camera. And you'll still see like a couple of clips here where my hair is peeking through. But so you can't see all of the stars, like all of the nails done as Dragon Balls, but they're there, I promise. And zoom, here we go. I'm top coating everything because then I put on a sort of like pinkish orange chrome powder. I just wanted to add a little zhoosh, a little pizzazz to the nails. And I'd wipe off like where the little not the Dragon Balls, but these are the Dragon Balls, the stars were, and move forward and top coat those. So this here is the Dragon Ball locator, or, you know, scout thing, you know, tracking device for the Dragon Balls. Because I was like, okay, if Shenron's on the nails, the 2 thumbnails, and the other 7 Dragon Balls are on the other fingers, I had 1 finger left. And at first I had thought about putting Nimbus. That's the cloud that Gohan and Goku can ride on. But I was like, no, I don't feel like that fits. So then I thought, okay, I'm going to draw the Dragon Ball locator finder, the thingamajiggy that they use to find the Dragon Balls. And it is so unbelievably hard to get like the crisps of lines. And I imagine that'll come with practice and just doing nails more and more and more. But some artists, they just whoosh, like just a line, just it is done. It is over 9,000 perfection. I'm like, damn, I cannot wait to be on that level. I gotta get me into one of them training chambers. You know, let's go. Okay. Dragon Ball Z jokes aside, this was actually a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I decided to make, you know, the locator, the finder, the thingy, because I feel like it's a nice little added image to the nails. And fans are going to know what it is. Fans are going to be like, that's Shenron, those are Dragon Balls, that's the Dragon Ball locator. Perfect. Love it. So now I'm just adding the little extra details that were on the locator. I looked at a reference picture for all of these the entire time, even for the locator. Did a Google search, tried to find the one that had like the cleanest lines and the best definition, and that's what I made. The locator, though, I did not draw that one out the way that I drew Shenron. I just kind of went for it. It, you know, because it's a circle, it wasn't too bad. So now I am back on Shenron. And I'm sure you've noticed a couple of times through the video, this is actually this like second layer of line work that I've done for his face. And I feel like maybe doing it this way, like the way that I did, where I was like, draw it, line work, paint, more line work, probably took a lot longer, like added to the reason why this set took longer than I wanted it to. But like I said, I'm inexperienced and I kind of just went with what worked for me. So I've seen some nail artists just like blob on the color and then draw the line work on top of it, and just magic and skill and talent come out of those nails, and it's an anime character, and I'm not there yet. I have not reached that level yet. So like I said, I just kind of, you know, did what worked best for me. And, you know, look at it. Look, not too bad. You can tell. You can see that that's Shenron. You can tell this is a Dragon Ball Z character. So, you know, like I said earlier, do a little pat on the back. I think I did okay. Pretty proud. I'm proud of it. It looks good. Looking great, Shenron. I could not get over how many details were on his face, though. Like I said, I was looking at a reference picture the entire time. I had my phone set up in front of me and would just kind of glance back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I just tried to get as close as possible to adding the details that I could. Does that make sense? Are my words wording correctly? But yeah, there was a lot I cut a lot of like wiping and redrawing and wiping and redrawing and wiping and redrawing because I was like, no, it doesn't quite look what I want it to. Like, and then you're drawing a flat image on a curved surface. So you have to remember like things, you gotta like stretch it a little bit so it'll kind of, when you look at it at a certain angle, it'll create the image that you're making. Oof, man. And I'm used to drawing stuff like that because I used to, like, when I used to do makeup, I used to draw little images and stuff like that on my eyelids. So I kind of have like the basic concept down, but it still doesn't get any easier. It's still challenging. It still kicked my butt. Like I said, I was fighting for my life trying to draw Shenron. I was like, the right side, perfect, done, ready to go. The left side, I didn't know her. Who was she? Who is this stranger? I've never seen her in my life. Yeah, it was it was challenging, but worth it. Ooh, there, I got hair peeking through. Now I'm just adding little details, like little textures. Ooh, more hair. Little textures that were on his skin in the picture. And then soon I'm gonna start drawing dots, because he has scales that were like little C shapes, but I could not get my liner brush to make it that small to make it work. So, you know, you work with what you got. So I made dots instead. It still created the same image, the same idea of the scales, added texture to his skin, and I like it. And this is the set. It's all done. Wee! Look at all the dragon balls. There's a dragon scout. Oh, locator. And then with the thumbnails put together, you have the whole face. You have Shenron's entire face. So y'all, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one.